Yo, guys, it is Old Man G here. I am back again with another Red Devil Studio live podcast. Thank you so much for getting involved. LB's in the back. I'm going to bring him in as well. Champions League. The Champions League draw for the last 8.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, Abdullahi, man.
Yeah.
We can hear you. That's cool as well. Remember, if you need to
Blue is the color. Football is the name.
man. Abdullahi, wait, Abdullahi, wait. I know whatever you and HH did to get you away from bribe and screw over Ahmed in PSG. I don't know.
Roman paid uefa. Roman has the money. Paid uefa.
Abdullahi.
With the black money from Russia.
Abdullahi.
Yep.
How happy are you the fact that you drew Porto?
LB. I avoided PSG. I avoided Man City. I avoided Bayern Munich. That for that 3 teams, my Lord in heaven. No. That is my prayer was been to avoid those 3 teams, and we avoided them. We're not gonna even face them in the semis. Man City, PSG and Bayern Munich is gonna kill them. They'll kill themselves in the semis, in the quarters and semis. That doesn't concern me. That I don't care about that. Injure themselves, kill themselves. I don't care. I'm not facing them. That's an happiness for me. As an alternate happiness for me.
No, you do realize that, like, if you do lose to Porto, this as well as many other things are being clipped.
I know.
Just so you're aware.
I know we'll go to against Porto. I know we're gonna beat them. I know. I'm sure.
Yeah, totally.
I sincerely hope you're right. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming on. We are obviously this is actually I've been doing this for a while, brief announcement, but this is actually a 50th episode of Red Devil Live. Thank you. So not many podcasts go over 50. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. So the fact that it's on its 50th episode is actually a bit of a milestone. So I appreciate you guys who'll be watching, getting involved. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for coming on. But let's just get straight into it. We are reacting to the Champions League quarterfinal draw. Happens obviously today. And there's a lot of big heavy matchups here. And let's get straight into it. And Ahmed, I want you to start because I think this is the big one, I think. I know you weren't happy on Abdullahi's stream as well about this. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Ahmed? What are your thoughts on what was, which is basically the type of the quarters? PSG versus Bayern Munich, 2 of the favorites meeting in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what will happen. Like, this seriously was the worst thing that could have happened. First we get Bayern Munich, and then if we win that, we'll play the team against who wins the game against City or Dortmund. So either way, we got like the hardest thing that could ever happen. Bayern Munich now, and if we go through City, I don't know, man. I'm just angry because I was praying for Porto or a team like that because I just wanted to go through this stage so we can play in the semi-final, because I think semi-final and final that's the stage where you like show. I think quarterfinals, to play a big team in the quarterfinals is much harder than the semi-finals because you're so close to the final. I don't know, but I was angry when I got Bayern Munich. I was really angry. I was calling uefa rigged, which I still think it is. I was in my car. I wanted to crash my car when I saw the draw.
Whoa, man!
Whoa! Hey, you're talking to a doctor here. He doesn't have to call the cat team.
You don't understand my anger, Red Devil. You don't understand my anger when I saw.
I heard it on your stream, on Abdullahi's stream. I heard you were cussing. It was like, what is going on? The thing about the draw, I would say that surprised me is that usually when there's 3 English teams in the draw, usually they will pair 2 of them together. Like in the last 5 years, when there's been 3 in the quarters, like they paired like Spurs and City together, and City and Liverpool. I think I can't remember. There was another year beforehand where they did the same thing. I don't know, it was Chelsea and Liverpool, something like that. But yeah, I expected there to at least be with Chelsea, Liverpool, and City in it. One of those two teams plays. The fact that they kept them separate was surprising.
No, but the draw was like knockout after knockout for me. Like first, I got a big knockout by City playing against Dortmund. Again, an easy draw for City. Like,
is it?
Surely
we'll
they
talk
have.
about it later, but is it?
They are one of the worst teams in the quarterfinals, in my opinion.
That's a good point.
And if you think about it, look at their draws in the Champions League throughout the years. Look at the draws even in the domestic leagues. I know you have been vocal about it, Red Devil, about City getting easy draws in Carabao Cup and FA Cups. So how is this possible? That was the first hit, and then I saw Porto's name. I was begging, please, I want to see PSG, and then Chelsea. Tuchel. Imagine Tuchel reaching further with Chelsea than with PSG this season.
Well, the only way for him to go further is to actually win the Champions League, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they got Porto. I was damn, man. And then I said Bayern München. I said, please, I already saw 2 bad draws. At least don't give us Bayern München. We get Bayern München. And then obviously Liverpool play Real Madrid. And then the last hope I have in me is that the semifinals doesn't the City and PSG doesn't be combined. What happens? The big 3 teams, the favorites to win the Champions League, all of them on the same side. So for me, it was like knockout after knockout. I was so angry, but I have calmed down and have thought about this. And I don't know. For me, I think Bayern Munich is a better team. They have been performing better, even though they have been pretty bad this season. Like to their standards last season, they're a better team than us. But I believe that the Champions League isn't about who's the better team. For me, the Champions League is about the better matchups. So I think if there's any team in the Champions League who can beat Bayern München, I think it's us. I think we're the only team who can beat them because our style of play suits Bayern München. The way they press the line, they have a shaky back line. If we can just expose that back line and keep tight in defense, I think we have a good chance. Because I have a thought about it. Like if you got Chelsea plays in the way that we don't like it to play against a team. Like they have compact defense, they're free at the back, they're very defensively solid. We struggle against those teams and get hit on the counter. When I think about it, maybe it's better to play Bayern München. First of all, you get rid of one of the big guys, and they suit us better. And if we can just go through this game, I honestly think we have a very, very good chance of winning the Champions League. And if you think about it, like, and I think it was Wilton who said it to me, Abdullah's stream. It was maybe Gatlock. Throughout the years, the majority of the teams who has won the Champions League has had a harder road to the final.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that as well. Yeah, I mentioned
it was you, Redaway.
Yeah. I said in the last couple of years.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point because you have been through the harder things, and then you think in the final, we have beaten Bayern München, we have beaten City. Why shouldn't we beat Real Madrid or Chelsea, whoever will be in the final? So when I think about it, maybe it isn't.
You have to beat the best teams to win the competition.
Whatever
you say about it, when you look at Liverpool, all the winners that won in the last like 5 or 6 years, they've gone through the big teams to get to ultimately win the competition.
But my thing is like, I just want the CL. For me, it doesn't matter how we get it. So for me, it's easier if we get the easy draw, get to the final easier, and then a final is a final. Everything can happen in a final.
As I said, and a quick question before I move on, is the worst case scenario for PSG that not only do you lose and don't get the CL, but you lose domestically as well? So you don't win the CL and you don't win the French League trophy. What does that mean for PSG and Pochettino going forward if that happened?
Look, it will be an interesting few months because I think everybody has blamed or criticized PSG in the league for is that it isn't competitive enough and that we are having easy games and then stepping up in the Champions League. Now I think it's pretty even. Like our games we have right now are very hard in the league and we need to win those. It will be interesting what this PSG team is like made of. We can see what they're made of right now. If we win the league and come far in the Champions League, I think is a good achievement. Looking at the circumstances, the injury we had. But we need to focus on the league, Red. We can't lose this one because it will be a disaster if we lose this league. Even though Lille has been good, Lyon has been good this season, and they're not playing in Europe, so it will still be a disaster if we lose the league. And I have to just say, if we go through Bayern and City and win the Champions League, at least it's one of the best runs in the
Yeah.
CL knockout stages. Because
Yeah.
then we're playing in one of the best Bayern München teams. They won all the games last season in
Yeah.
the Champions League, and
Because
we're playing apparently the best team in Premier League history. So
yeah, because you would have essentially gone through Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, and then whoever on the other side of the draw, which might be, I don't know, let's just say Real Madrid, for example, or Chelsea or something like that, you know. So yeah, no, absolutely.
Ahmed.
Abdullahi, what are your thoughts on this PSG versus Bayern Munich draw? Do you have any favourites for this, or who do you think is going through?
Okay, I'm happy because PSG are playing Bayern Munich. You know why I'm happy? People, there's a name on this PSG team. They call them LSG, and I keep saying it. I am happy Neymar did not play against Barcelona because now he's refreshed. Neymar, I keep saying it. Neymar Junior is angry. He wants to prove a point. Playing Bayern Munich with that high line and with the form Kylian Mbappe is a suicide for me. I keep saying it. That is a suicide team to play because now PSG will not attack. They will only go compact and they will hit on. You have PSG literally have runner in their team. Mbappe and Neymar. Neymar can kill Kimmich. He can kill Goretzka. He can literally kill Boateng. Alaba is dead because that's how good Neymar is. Neymar doesn't need to do anything. Flex, dribble, you are done. That is Neymar Junior. And Neymar Junior will make you get a red card. That is Neymar Junior. You will literally get a red card when you play Neymar because now he is ready. He wants to prove a point. He is ready.
Abdullah, you're forgetting something.
Okay.
We have Kurzawa and Florenzi. Those two bricks, man. Like imagine Gnabry and Coman and Sana in the wings against Kurzawa. We saw Dembele and Sergio Dest absolutely destroy Kurzawa. I think we have a good team, but the fullbacks, it worries me, to be honest.
I know. Ahmed, I know what you're saying is good, but what Bayern Munich should be happy about is because we can stifle with our attacking team. We can literally go against PSG. But when I can understand Kurzawa and this, but Bernard could still play that match if he's fully fit. He could play that match. So me, I'm not even giving PSG I'm giving it to PSG ahead of Bayern Munich because I know this time I want PSG to prove to the world that yes, we can literally go 1-1 against Bayern Munich and beat them. Because if you remember last year, they won literally by 1-0. And if not for Neymar and Mbappe that were like they were missing so many sitters, I don't think Bayern Munich will win that Champions League. I don't think they win that UCL without them missing those chances. Now, Neymar is not even playing in the round of 16. He's fully fit. He's ready. He's ready. So that's giving a chance that you're playing against a hungry, a rejuvenated Neymar. That is like, no. Bayern Munich, I remember what happened last season. This is my time to shine. And when you have Alaba, Boateng at the back, and then high line,
the only thing I'd say, interrupt you, Abdullah, is like obviously that the PSG Bayern was in a final, and obviously this is now going to be over 2 legs. Obviously, one of which you assume, I don't know what the situation is going to be with the pandemic, but I imagine they'll be playing at the Allianz Arena. You know, so over 2 legs. Because we've seen, I mean, I don't know whether Armin agrees at this point, but when I don't see PSG being particularly comfortable for whatever reason in Paris. They don't seem to be that comfortable in. I'm not saying they can't get a result, but anytime teams go for them in Paris, they seem to choke. So my only concern with PSG is that, like, okay, yeah, they might be able to get a result in Germany, although Bayern's home form is solid. But in Paris, I just do wonder whether they have a psychological block, even against Barcelona in the last round. Like, they would have had a 3-goal advantage, and yet they still felt chaotic and all over the place. So go on.
I agree with you, but I don't think it's particularly about Parc des Princes because, like, the only game I would say that we crumbled at home was against United when we won against 3-1. Other than that, we had like a streak of not losing at our home in the Champions League for a long time. And I just think this season is different because the teams now, they want to win away because there's no fans and they have nothing to
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
get away goals, it's much better. So I think it's with every team that you would perform better when you're away. Yeah,
And
the,
Ahmed,
yeah.
last time Bayern played PSG in Paris, you guys won 3-0, I think, or 3-1.
Yeah,
it was a
3-0.
3-0.
It
That
was
was a
an
big result.
Emirates.
That was a big
Yeah.
result for Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Mbappe and Neymar absolutely destroying Bayern that game.
Yeah. So that
That's
you
the
take a
only
lot of
big
confidence
confidence I
from that.
have.
Confidence, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And on aggregate, we won that group
Yeah,
because I
you
think
topped the
Bayern
group
got.
and then you drew Real Madrid.
Yeah, never got
Chelsea
out.
fans getting bored right now. We're going to come to Chelsea in a second, man. I'm seeing a lot of Chelsea. I'm already seeing we've got the Champions League already from Chelsea fans. So we'll come to that in a second. Not from Abdullahi specifically, and HH, who apparently has calmly said that Porto are the favourites going into that game. So I've got some.
He's capping.
It's not going to be like last year. But Damien, what are your thoughts on PSG versus Bayern Munich, man?
To be honest, I mean, I'm a bit like butthurt. I mean, I predicted this would be a final, like a repeat, and sadly, they got drawn up together, and sadly gonna have to see this a little earlier than I predicted. I think this is gonna be a good game, and I think whoever wins this will probably win the Champions League. If I'm being totally honest, I think that this game will be interesting to see how PSG will want to respond, especially after losing the CL final against Bayern Munich last season, and would they want revenge and give payback to them? And also for Bayern, I mean, their aspirations to repeat the CL. So I think it would be a good game between these two. Probably be the top two favorites, in the CL.
Fair enough, mate. LB, what are your thoughts on the PSG Bayern?
Yeah, I basically second everything that Damien said. It's just disappointing the fact that these two quality sides have drawn each other in such a. I mean, at least you wanted them to draw each other in the semi-finals, and of course it would have been better if it was a final. But it sort of is what it is. In terms of the actual matchup, I mean, the game spells out quality, doesn't it? PSG, Bayern Munich, probably the two best sides in Europe right now. In terms of the match itself, is the first leg in Germany? Is that confirmed?
Yes. It's confirmed. It's confirmed. It's gonna play on
that for me is advantage Bayern. For me,
I think
Bayern.
it's played on the day Chelsea Porto are playing on the 7th of April on Wednesday. So Bayern Munich are out too. Then the second leg is in Paris.
So Red Devil, you think the second leg away from in Paris is going to suit Bayern?
Yeah, because it's like it's echoing almost what Ahmed sort of said. It's this idea that the away goal will benefit obviously teams. There's no fans, so going away from home. I mean, to be honest, even when there were fans, PSG kind of had issues. So I just think that, especially a team like Bayern Munich, who know what they will have to do in Paris, and Paris, who, in my opinion, from what I've seen at home, seemed to have like a psychological block. If you go for them, they start to panic, and Bayern Munich, especially at home, and Bayern Munich have the players, so PSG for me, they need to get the job done in Germany. Again, Mbappe needs to score a hat-trick, get it over and done with, and then they can relax and back. If they don't get the job done in Germany, I can't see them overturning it or winning in Paris.
Well, you know why I said before you guys, you know why I said I'm happy because it's Paris. Why is because Bayern Munich are used to playing this island stuff and island stuff. People may say this and this, but I keep saying it. Even Ahmed could back me on this. When you give Mbappe one chance, you are dead. When you give him two chances, it's over. When you give him three chances, your life is on the line. That is how good Mbappe is. Now there's Neymar. Neymar didn't play. He didn't play the second leg because he was injured. Now there's Neymar. I keep telling people doesn't understand something. This is a fit Neymar. It's not last year of Neymar. Neymar is actually fit this year. He wants to make a statement and tell the world, yes.
But I'd lie. Before I go into the midfield also is key. Verratti and up to midfield is key because as Ahmed will know, so is my connection? Is everything okay?
Yeah. It's all right.
It's all good. As Ahmed will know, Neymar and Mbappe were playing against Manchester United in that first game. I know it was the first game of the Champions League, but it was in Paris, and we still beat them. And I think part of that was because I don't think Verratti was playing, amongst other things. So
you guys were defending. Bayern Munich will not defend. They will not. Bayern will literally live their life like we want to play high line. That suits Mbappe because when you give Mbappe space, that is game over. Look at Camp Nou. Look at Camp Nou. They just give Mbappe just 3 chances and they kill them. Now imagine telling me playing against Bayern Munich, you give Mbappe 5 chances. 5 chances is game over. You are literally putting your life on the line and telling me, come and kill me. Come and kill me. That is how Mbappe plays.
There's one thing that
can you just address the comment below as a fellow Chelsea fan before we get into that? Can you address what this comment means below?
I've seen Chelsea fans talk today about booking ticket to Istanbul already. Lol. They think they are already in the final.
Yeah, that's part 2 of the comment. What's your thoughts on that comment?
SSB, if you look at my reaction on the watch challenge, what did I tell you? I said I am humbled. Why I'm humbled is because I want to see us go through this quarterfinal and the semis. In the final, anything can happen. Like my pick was Real Madrid and PSG. It wasn't Porto. It wasn't Porto. My pick was like, okay, this defense is good. Let's play against big team like PSG, a team like Real Madrid that would like literally show us, yes, we can literally beat them because we've not been clinical enough this year. So I can understand. I'm not being salty of being the fan that be saying, no, yes, we get Porto, but at least let's take Porto out first. Then that will decide how far we can go in the competition. I'm not being salty, no.
That's fair. I'm
humbled as a fan. I'm humbled.
Let me quickly, LB, did you have any final points, on Bayern PSG before we move on?
No, I mean, what I think it was Ahmed said with the fullbacks. Like, to this day, I still wonder why the hell PSG got rid of Thomas Meunier, because I think he would have been able to cover Coman or Gnabry, but it is what it is. I think Kurzawa is a bit of a brick in my opinion. Yeah,
we need to play Diallo. But can I just comment something more?
Ahmed, why did you guys get rid of Meunier?
I don't know. He didn't want to extend the contract. I think it was that reason.
Good guy.
He went on a free transfer actually. But I just want to quick free comments. First off,
are you able to address the comment as well below, Ahmed? How many chances did they have in the final? But go on.
First off, I think it's better that we're playing the away game first, because if we can get a win in that game, I'm confident that we will go through. Because if this season PSG hasn't been so convincing in every game, we have been playing more ugly this season. We saw it in the group stages. You know yourself, Red Devil, when we play against you, play against Leipzig, we won ugly, and that's the thing I like about this PSG team this season. The fact that we can defend and we can keep on leads and playing ugly at the same time. That's how we win Champions League, in my opinion. And at the same time, Paredes is suspended. That's a really bad thing, because if there's someone who can make those passes, those long passes behind Bayern's defense, is Paredes. And now he's suspended for the first game. So I'm a bit worried about that thing. And the third comment, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I hope Lewandowski gets injured.
Josh, imagine he scores a hat trick next season.
I mean, I don't think the Paris board have any, because obviously we talked about Ballon d'Or, I think, candidates last week, didn't we? So if Lewandowski scores a hat trick and carries Bayern Munich to another Champions League, trophy,
I hope he gets a season injury.
Wow!
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I like this scenario. You know why? People are shouting Lewandowski, and I'm laughing as the fans laughing, because people doesn't rate Neymar. For me, he's one of the most dangerous players in world football for me when he's fit. He's been injured. He's been unlucky being injured.
That's the key. When he's fit, though, if he's fit, then it's fine. But if he's not fit,
yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, when he's fit, I would rather face Lewandowski than face Neymar, because as a defender, I don't want to face Neymar because I know Neymar will dribble me and I'll get the red card. That's how dangerous Neymar is. Neymar will dribble me, and when I get the red card, it's one man down. It will dribble another player of my defender. It will get another red card. That's true. That's 8 against 11. Now tell me, how do you want to play against 8 against 11? Tell me. Neymar is dangerous. People doesn't rate Neymar. But if Neymar is fit,
is he going to be fit?
Exactly. If he's fit and he's facing Paris and he's facing Bayern Munich, I'm telling Bayern Munich fans now, do not be happy. You are facing a Neymar that is ready to kill someone. Neymar is ready to kill someone.
I agree.
With that stupid airline Bayern Munich is playing, you are giving Kylian Mbappe chances. I'm serious. Barcelona give him just 3 chances. 3 chances. Haaland and 3 chances. He scored 3 goals. Imagine Bayern Munich is giving him 5 or 6 chances. How many do you expect him to score? How many?
No, that's true.
How many?
That's true.
That highlight with Sule and those slow guys. Yeah. That is...
So what are your thoughts, Josh, quickly on the PSG Bayern before we move on? Because it's got at least 3 other ties and then some to discuss. So go on.
Sorry. Yeah, I was having computer troubles and stuff.
No, it's okay, man.
What were you saying, Bayern and
Bayern PSG?
I can't wait. This is going to be... That's going to be a good game, man. Where was it? Istanbul last year?
Yes. Well, Istanbul, the final.
It was Lisbon last year.
Lisbon, sorry, thank you. And run it back. Lisbon 2020, run it back, man. It's going to be a good game. And like Abdullahi saying, if Neymar's fit. Oh, what's that noise? Hello.
Okay, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
What the flip is going on here? Can anyone hear that?
Yeah,
I think it's core.
Is it core?
Core.
Okay.
Core, you
have a brick net.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, go on, Josh. Continue.
It sounded like he was like. Anyway, so Neymar. If Neymar turns up, then it's. I mean, the thing is, you say if Neymar turns up, but did Neymar turn up in the final?
Josh, you see the final. Josh, everybody can miss chances in fight. It's fine. Anybody can miss. I'm not giving it to Tuchel. Yes, Mbappe and Neymar miss chances. I'm not disputing that. I get that. But this year, Neymar was literally excluded from the round of 16. Why? Because he was injured. Sure. Now he's fit. He wants to make a point. I'm serious. Bayern Munich, Barcelona give 3 chances to Kylian Mbappe and he scored 3 goals. Imagine how many chances Bayern Munich will give Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe play with space. When he gives him spaces, you are dead. It's game over. You are dead.
I agree.
You are telling him, come and kill me. That's what you're telling Mbappe. Come and kill me.
He has to face Neuer, though.
And
Yes, I know it's Neuer. Okay, Ter Stegen is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and he scored 3 goals against him. How many is going to score against Neuer? Manuel Neuer, tell me. How many?
Not many.
So when you give Mbappe chances, when you give him chances, you are dead. When you give him chances,
I hope you're right. I pray to God you're right.
I
Josh,
hope you're right too.
There's a question. Why do you have Timo Werner as your profile? That's what Adam said.
I wanted to ask Josh that question. Josh, why do you have Timo Werner?
Adam says, why do you have Timo Werner in your profile, man?
He was one of my favorite players before he went to Chelsea. So.
And now
I hope he showed up in Drago.
Let's quickly move on, guys, if that's okay. So just move on to discuss. I'm gonna go to here because obviously we've got Abdullahi with us. I obviously tune into Abdullahi's channel, HH, and a few others, Twitter, and I must confess, I'm slightly worried. In fact, I'm panicking because one of the English teams might win this Champions League. I'm panicking because Liverpool have European experience, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah. I'm panicking because of City because I have a feeling they'll be favourites against Dortmund. I'm panicking about Chelsea because Porto. So a lot of Chelsea fans I already see are essentially saying that their foot is in the final. Abdullahi, what are your thoughts on this Porto draw? I'm not going to accept anything like Porto are the favourites. I'm not getting any of that reverse juju. Porto are favourites.
No, I don't use reverse juju.
Porto are that.
You know me very well. I will say my mind.
Honest with me, Abdullahi. I want you to say that Chelsea are favourites for this tie and are going to go for the semi-final. I want you to say that.
Later we see. I listened to. What is the Porto manager's name? I've forgotten his name.
Conceição, I think.
Is it Conceição? It was. Yeah, when they asked him, it was like, "We got thank God we did not face Man City, we did not face PSG, we did not face Bayern." So it's like we are facing Chelsea. Is happy because he's gonna defeat Chelsea the way he defeat Juventus. And I love us like, are you kidding me? Really? So you're telling me Juventus has Cristiano Ronaldo, you defeated them. Now you want to do the same thing to Chelsea? I can put my life on it. It's not beating. It's not defeating Chelsea. That's how confident I am as a fan. Because yes, he may clip me. Yes, because the way the Porto manager is overconfidence about him beating Juventus. Juventus doesn't have. Look at the midfield of Juventus. Rabiot. What's his name? Ramsey. So there's no like creativity in that team. But look at the Chelsea. There's a more creativity in this Chelsea team, like Conte, Jorginho. Yes, they are not that kind of one of the best creative like Marco Verratti, Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandes. But this team can still attack, can still score goals. Yes, but this is what I want to tell Porto fans. They need to be. Their confidence needs to be like, just calm down, calm yourself down. As a Chelsea fan, I am humbled. I am. The same way I want Porto to be humble because the way Porto are overconfident about beating Chelsea, I'm just gonna if they get knocked out
on Twitter, Abdullahi, I don't see these Porto overcoming a Porto.
No, the way the Porto manager is talking he's overstating it. No, he's overstating like saying yes, we're gonna do the same thing to do to Juventus, we're gonna do to Chelsea, and I laugh. In my mind, I'm already laughing. I was like, okay,
Abdullahi.
Yep.
Have you seen the Chelsea fans? Like I have seen nothing but celebrations. That's
exactly.
Why. If Porto wins this game,
if Porto wins this game, Chelsea fans need to go into hiding.
They need to go hide. That's why I said I'm humbled as a fan. That's why I said I'm humbled.
Abdullahi, we saw your celebrations when you dropped.
Yes. I was happy.
There's clips.
Yes, I was happy because we avoided PSG, we avoided Bayern, and we avoided Man City. Yes, it makes me happy, but. Nevertheless, I see a bit on my back of my mind that until we get away from Porto, we got away from the semi-final. I'm not gonna celebrate yet. I am not like those fans. Yes, we have to beat Porto and whoever we beat in the semi-finals and beat them for. Then in the final, I can go gas, I can go anything, I can go overboard in the final because anything is possible in the final. In the quarterfinal, at this moment, I'm gonna be humble because until we play them. I'm not this much confidence until we play them first. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for it yet. We said the same thing against Atletico Madrid. I was confident because I know we'll defeat Atletico Madrid. But with the way we defeat them, I'm a little bit more surprised that we beat them with an ease. Now we're facing a Porto team who will not even come out. Porto will defend Chelsea. They will defend. They won't come out. And they will literally go dirty with Chelsea.
Sorry, it's up to jump you. That is one thing I think is interesting because, Atletico Madrid in that respect, they're supposed to be defensive, but they were quite brickish about it, in my opinion, despite the fact they have attacking players. And I don't think, to be honest, Atletico Madrid's defense since probably the beginning of the year, the turn of the year, has actually been that great, to be honest. I mean, that's why in the La Liga. They're dropping points in the Liga right now is because their defense has actually been brickish. But I do wonder, given Chelsea's difficulty sometimes at breaking down teams, whether they would have an issue with likes of FC Porto, given what happened against Juventus and so on. Do you think that's a problem, Abdullahi?
Yeah, that for me, that's
especially because you're not going to get goals from Timo, are you? You know,
but this is where the issue is because it depends on how Tuchel set up. Because Tuchel will look at the Porto team that did you want to go possession with them or do you want to go the same way going the second leg against Atletico on a counter-attacking team? Like what Ahmed said, Tuchel is he read opposition before he play them. He doesn't just set up his team and say, no, it's gonna start the opposition very well. I'm like, oh, Let me study how this team plays. Let me take a look at them, how this team play, how we're gonna counter them as a team. We're gonna exploit their weakness. So it makes me happy like we have a manager who understands how he wants to play football and who wants to notify his opposition and be like, yes, let me know this weakness of this team. We can easily beat this team with this. So as the fans, I can understand why Chelsea fans are over the moon, gassed, happy. I understand that. But this is my plea to all Chelsea fans. My plea to them is, please, let us just be careful, please. Let's get over Porto and whoever you want to play in the semis. You can go overboard in the final because anything is possible. But please, let's just win Porto first, and whoever we face in the semis, win them first. Then you can celebrate. Maybe in a week or a month, a year, you can keep celebrating. I don't care. But as long as you get over Porto and whoever wants to play in the semi, then I'm happy with that. At this moment, I don't want us to go overboard too much. It's getting frustrating and irritating for me being a fan. It's getting frustrating and irritating for me at the moment. I don't like it. I know what's going on. As a fan, I don't like it because we need to be humbled. And I'm one of the Chelsea fans who is humbled. We need to be humbled.
Well, I will certainly make sure that we follow that, especially on especially with other Chelsea fans. So just going to the panel. So Josh, Porto Chelsea. I mean, I don't have to spend too much time on it, but what are your thoughts on this initial draw?
Well, like I said, I used to hate Chelsea. My hatred for Chelsea is when Mourinho was there, and we just couldn't beat them. And so some Chelsea fans, some, not all, some Chelsea fans are quite insufferable. And so, that is where my hate for Chelsea. However, when they put that spanking on Atletico, I was so happy. Like, I was rooting for Chelsea from the first leg to the second leg because I'd rather watch my rival team like play beautiful football than a team which is like playing terrorist football, try and just chance away into and win the Champions League. So I was really happy that Chelsea beat Atletico, but now they're playing Porto. It's my hatred for Chelsea goes back. So I want Porto to win. I think it'll be a tough game. Obviously, some Chelsea fans are celebrating already. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be one of those kind of sleeper games where we think it's maybe be like a 1-0, 2-0, or Chelsea are going to win it comfortably. But for me, I think it's going to be a close one. I still think Chelsea will win the first leg. But as we've seen this week in the Europa League, that second leg, man, anything can happen. Spurs being Spurs.
Wait, we're going to come to that.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Go on.
But anything can happen. So yeah, I just look forward to it. But I think Chelsea have got that first leg, and we'll see what happens in the second one.
Okay, fair. Damien, what's your thoughts?
I don't really know. To be honest, I mean, Porto. They have a pretty good chance of knocking out Chelsea. You can get why the Porto manager was happy about it because if you're like a club of Porto, you'd rather face Chelsea than like a Bayern or a PSG. And I also I feel like it'll be a little close. I feel like it'll be like a 3-1 aggregate scoreline to Chelsea, and I feel like Porto will give their give it their all. I think their captain Oliveira, I think he's out for the game. I think he got suspended.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, the one that scored the free kick. So against Juve. So
okay, fine.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tough for Porto to come out of this, but I think in the end Chelsea's gonna squeak by and make the semis. Semis a minimum.
Surely if Leeds can get a result from at Stamford Bridge, think about. Was it Leeds, Wolves? United, all those teams were able to get Southampton. They were able to get results at Stamford Bridge. So, and this is under Tuchel as well. Not that I'm saying Tuchel's a bad coach, but I guess what I'm saying is that like, if those teams can get a result, I don't understand why Porto can't. But just before I go to LB, shout out to Roy, by the way. For those who were tuning in, I did a preview. Lost on Ali TV, AC Milan fan channel. For those who are watching, please head over and subscribe. The videos are on the channel as well. Obviously, Manchester United did qualify thanks to some Pogba magic. He says, congrats for the qualifications. Hope to have you soon again. I love a lovely bunch of guys. It's brilliant. Got brilliant AC Milan and Serie A content. So please head over to Lost on Ali TV and check out their channel. Like really good stuff. And they're a great bunch of guys. Hopefully AC Milan secure top 4 position. Although unfortunately, I think we had this banter actually because we were saying about the fact that it seems like with AC Milan and United, we're both red teams, and unfortunately, our blue, our rival teams, are currently going to win their respective.
It's been confirmed, so they have already put in out the first and the second leg. The first leg is on the 6th and 7th. Man City, Dortmund, Real Madrid, Liverpool. On the 7th is Bayern Munich, PSG, and FC Porto, Chelsea. So the second leg is going to be April the 13th. Chelsea versus Porto, PSG, Bayern Munich, and the 14th of April, Borussia Dortmund, Man City, and Liverpool versus Real Madrid.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Abdullah. LB, what are your thoughts on this Chelsea Porto tie? Oh, LB, you there?
Hello, LB?
LB,
Siberia internet.
Can't hear you. Or maybe he's not the mic. Okay, we'll come back to LB. Has everyone else spoke, or has anyone else spoken about?
I don't think Ahmed. Yeah.
Ahmed. So yeah, Ahmed. Chelsea, Porto, man.
Look, on paper, Chelsea should win this game, easy. However, I think the Chelsea fan base has been a bit overwhelmed because if you really deep it, as Red Devil said, their performances in the Premier League has been better, but it's still tight games. It's still like Chelsea winning by 1 goal, and they find it hard to score goals. And if you really think about the Athletic game, the first game they played, both teams were just shit, and it was just a individual brilliance by Giroud who got the goal. And in the second game, obviously Atletico needed to score, so they became more open, and Atletico they are not used to play that open and push forward and press, so that left space behind, and they got I think they won the game 2-0, right? So
yes. So no, it was wasn't it 3-0 in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, on aggregate. But it didn't tell the full story, because if the first game finished 0-0 as it deserved to be, I think the other game would be different, because Atletico wouldn't push so forward. So I don't see where the goals comes from, and if they can't, as
Ahmed, they're coming from Werner. They're coming from Timo Werner, man. What's going on? They're coming from Timo.
The Yetch.
Yeah, the Yetch
striker. No, but seriously, guys, where's the goals coming from? Like, I can't see this Chelsea team going far in the Champions League, even though Tuchel sets them up perfect defensively. I can't see this team going far. But one thing I would say, if my fellow Iranian was playing, he would have destroyed Chelsea. But he got a red card, and it wasn't fair. It was corrupted. But and the guy who scored the free kick, what's his name? Oliveira.
Yeah,
he's also suspended. So I guess Chelsea have the big advantage that you should win this game, because if Chelsea doesn't win this game, I will be bantering the club. I will be bantering the fans. HH, Abdullah, we have receipts. We had the receipts. Just saying it. So I think the biggest pressure on Chelsea out of all the quarterfinals, because you expected to win this game.
As a fan, I'm gonna take my, like I said, I'm humble. I will take my hell. I'm no overborn with other fans. I keep telling you, you know me from day one. I'm humbled. This team haven't proved me yet to me to go overboard with them. Like I keep saying, I need to be proven wrong first. Like I keep saying it. Like my agenda with Pep Guardiola and Messi Mount is still gonna stand until both of them prove me wrong on the highest level in which I'm gonna read it.
You are one of a million. In Twitter, I've already seen final confirmed by Chelsea fans.
Yeah, exactly.
About
Yeah.
final
I've
Istanbul.
seen that. That's just bad.
Ahmed,
Abdullah, you're just
Ahmed,
one of a million.
you know me from day one. You know me. I won't be
You're
like
the only one,
overboard.
man. You're the only one. Look at all
And
the other
and I
Chelsea
can
fans.
tell you, I will speak to HH on Sunday and I will beg him again. If you speak any rubbish, I'm serious. I literally told him to shut the hell up against Atletico Madrid, and he did. I told him not to do anything. And then listen, I will tell him the same thing. To shut your mouth up against FC Porto, and
If
do not freaking celebrate anything until it is confirmed. You can go overboard. You can pop any champagne you want to pump, but use your brain this moment. Just
But
use
the
your
thing
brain.
is,
Don't go overboard.
if you saw the first draw that HH did with Atletico, he got angry. He was so angry.
Yeah.
This draw, even though HH tried to cap his reaction and
Mhm.
tried to put a persona, you could see how happy the man was. He
Of
was
course.
smiling throughout the whole draw. So I don't know. I think Chelsea fans and maybe the players will be too overwhelmed. And it can be dangerous because they were the underdogs against Atletico Madrid.
Exactly. Agree. LB, are you back? What are your thoughts on this draw?
Yeah, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what happened before. In terms of the game, look, I'll be honest, it's probably the game I'm looking least forward to out of all of them. Porto, Chelsea. I think Chelsea are heavy favourites, and they should be, given the way they played against Atletico Madrid and how they knocked them out. But that being said, we don't want. I mean, Chelsea don't want to become complacent. The fact that they're playing Porto, probably the weakest out of all the sides. And we know in the Champions League anything is possible, but I would still give it to Chelsea. I think they still have too much quality at the end of the day.
Okay, fair. Right, let's quickly move on. Yeah, because both of us friends. So, I think you could argue maybe the second biggest game of this, and I think that's Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Obviously, this was the Champions League final 2 seasons ago. No, not 2 seasons ago. 3 seasons ago. Yeah, 3 seasons.
2018. Yeah.
Both teams in interesting. I mean, this is the thing about this quarter is that it's interesting how many narratives there are, and certainly with these 2 teams, you have 2 teams that are far from their best. They won their domestic competitions last season. They're in nowhere near wanting close to obviously winning their domestic seasons this season, but they're on the hunt for silverware. None of their teams are necessarily in the best shape. And to be honest, both of the teams, it wouldn't have been any surprise if Real Madrid were knocked out by Atalanta or RB Leipzig knocked out Liverpool, given how sort of poor the teams have been this season. But they're here. And both teams with a lot of Champions League experience. Obviously, Liverpool have, I think, 6 Champions Leagues. Real Madrid have, 12, 13. This is going to be an interesting game. And I'm not quite sure where this one goes, because Liverpool obviously are going to get, by the time that the fixture happens, I think Liverpool are going to get some of their injuries back. Not their defenders like Matip and Gomez and Van Dijk, but I think certain likes of Fabinho, Henderson, obviously Jota's already back, and a few others. So they're going to have at least a better squad than before. And Real Madrid obviously have their players as well. So I'm not really sure, if I'm honest, how this game goes. Obviously, Liverpool have suffered with the lack of fans at Anfield. I think if fans were at Anfield, I think that I would have probably given advantage to Liverpool. I think the fact that they're not there, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to start with Josh again. How do you see this tie going? Because I think this is one that's difficult to call, although Benzema has been really good.
Man, another what do you call it? Replay, another rematch. Run it back. It's weird because I feel like Liverpool have been relatively comfortable in Champions League. Leipzig, who knocks out Man United. I don't know if you heard me there, old man G. You know Leipzig, who knocked out Man United?
I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Anyway. I know it's a
Where
bit
are you in the
different
league? If you heard that, where are you in the league again?
I mean, you haven't beaten us, so you shouldn't be losing to teams
I mean,
lower down than you. I mean, if we're so bad, you shouldn't lose to us, right?
Where are Arsenal in the league?
Calma. But yeah, Liverpool just they didn't even really look threatened at all against Leipzig, and Leipzig weren't bad. I mean, first leg didn't take their chances. They dispatched a team who's literally they're second in the Bundesliga, I believe. They just dispatched them like they were, like West Brom or something. Oh, actually, they drew to West Brom? So that's a bad analogy, but you know what I mean. So it's a weird one. Real Madrid have been poor, but Real Madrid and Champions League are a different kettle of fish. I think Atalanta were a bit cheated in that first leg for sure. That red card was ridiculous, but I don't know. I think sometimes it could be a psychological thing in this game. Two very big clubs, and I think sometimes the occasion. Real Madrid on those occasions can sometimes perform to the occasion, and Liverpool might be blinded in the headlights, but at the same time, Liverpool also are one of those teams that on occasion can literally beat anybody. It doesn't matter if they're 4-0, 3-0 down, as we've seen recently. So I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to play it safe. I think Liverpool are going to progress eventually, but I think it's going to be a great sort of rematch.
You think Liverpool will progress?
Yeah, I think Alisson needs to stop. He's turned into Karius recently. I don't know what's happened there. He needs to get his form back. I know he's been going through a lot, so let me not even joke about that because he's been through a lot recently. So I'm sure his mental state isn't the best right now, which explains his poor form. But if Alisson, Van Dijk might be coming back soon. Jota, with Jota in the team, they look so much more balanced than that.
Van Dijk is not. I think Van Dijk is not playing until the end of the season, though.
No, I don't think it's
okay. Thank you.
I do agree with you. I think Jota does give them a lot more and he's actually a proper forward, not a defensive forward like Firmino. So I think if Jota comes into that team and you play Jota, Mane, and Salah, then there's a different attacking threat this time around than before. But yeah, I agree. Go on.
And when I see Jota, Mane, and Salah running at you, it's like if you have seen Mighty Ducks, if anyone remembers the flying V that they did, that's like their special move. That's what it reminds you of when those three are running at you. Whereas like Firmino, it's kind of like Salah and Mane are running at you, and then Firmino's kind of he's like lagging behind a little bit. Of course he links up the play and blah blah blah, but Jota's he's got that killer instinct for me. Can use both feet, so. I think that's going to be the difference. The end of it, I think Liverpool have more depth in that attack with Firmino probably playing on the bench, and Origi. I mean, Origi's a Champions League specialist, isn't he? So it's going to be a good game. But I think Liverpool progress overall.
Okay, fair. Abdullahi, man.
Red Devil.
Yeah.
Sorry, Red Devil, can I go next? Because I just need to head off after this game.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, go for it. Give me your quick predictions on this, and then briefly the City Dortmund one, and I'll be.
Yeah. All right, cool. As for this game, look, if someone asked me who was going to win this game at the start of the season, if they were to play, or if someone told me that they were going to play later on this season, at the beginning of the season, I'd probably say Liverpool. But given their the injuries with no Van Dijk, no Matip, no Gomez. I mean, who's going to stop Benzema? So I think Real Madrid, and with their Champions League experience, will be too good. But I think it'll be a very close game, nevertheless. As for Man City, Dortmund, look, to be honest, I think they're going to finally break their 4 or 5 season quarterfinal curse and actually make it to a semi-final. I think there's no better opportunity for them in doing that, having drawn Dortmund. So I think they're going to beat Dortmund and make their first semi-final since 2016. So yeah.
Fair enough. Thanks, Sobi. Thank you for coming on as well, by the way. Really appreciate it, Chief.
No
Have
worries.
a good day.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Peace.
Peace. See you later, bro.
Care.
Abdullahi, Chief. Abdullahi, man.
Red Devil, you are talking about Chelsea fans being humbled. I think the same thing has to go to Liverpool fans too. Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah, okay. I will agree that, like, I think that I did notice when Liverpool beat Porto, then suddenly Liverpool fans were like, oh yeah. This was, I think, I remember this is the first leg, I think. They were doing well, and then I think we played them in the FA Cup.
And you beat them.
FA Cup, we beat them, and that was after they had just beaten Leipzig comfortably, and they were bantering us. So you're right, Liverpool fans have gotten a bit cocky for their boots as well. But go on now.
Liverpool fans needs to be humbled. I know Madrid has not been on their best, but you cannot tell me you're gonna dismantle him. What the heck is wrong with Liverpool fans? I like what's going on with them? Yes, Madrid has not been in form. I can understand that, but you cannot come out with your chest and tell me we're gonna dismantle Liverpool. What? You're gonna dismantle Madrid? What? You dismantle Madrid? Madrid is not. They are not like Porto or little team. This team, they are champions for 3 times in a row. You have to respect them. I don't know why my Liverpool fans are smoking. That is giving them this much confidence on going out and saying we're gonna dismantle Madrid. Oh man, are we what? What? Yes, you've not been playing very well in EPL. I can understand that. And I understand that Champions League is far different scenario, different boat entirely. But Liverpool fans, please, Jamal, Samuel, Daher, please, I'm begging you guys, be humble.
No. Don't let that no. Because the last time that happened, that people hid. Remember that? I think last time it happened, there was a lot. That came on, and I've got wasn't the clip. Undisputed clip that I replay every single time, you know. So I remember
Undisputed too. Please be humble. I am begging you guys, be humble. You can underestimate Real Madrid as well as you like, but if Real Madrid knocked out you guys, I don't want Liverpool to come and tell me, Florentino Perez paid the referee. Now you started this bullshit, so you gotta be humbled. Be humbled.
So Abdullah, do you think personally? Do you think that Liverpool are favourites going through here?
I would say Madrid are favourites ahead of Liverpool because Madrid have this edge in terms of Champions League. They may not do well in the league, but in Champions League, my lord, you cannot write it. That is the team you don't want to write out in the Champions League. Real Madrid. That's the team you can't write them. They can't write out. And I'm happy it's even Zidane that is even like it's gonna go head to head with them. What's called with Klopp. Now we will see how good is this Liverpool team because they've been hyping them for the past week now. That Jota is back, blah 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 is back. Good, Jota and blah blah blah. But Liverpool fans, did you forget that there's Ramos?
Bear in mind, the winner of this game obviously will play Chelsea or Porto.
Yeah, I know. So this is my take to Liverpool fans. Yes, Diego Jota is back, and I expect him to start against Madrid. But Liverpool fans, do you forget the Sergio Ramos in that team? As long as he plays, that is the epitome of Real Madrid FC. If he doesn't play, you can win 5-0. As long as Sergio Ramos play, I don't see you guys going to. As long as he play, except he doesn't do some stupid stuff and get the red card. If Ramos play the first and second leg, it's game over for Liverpool. I'm sorry, it's game over. It's game over. Benzema may not pop up, but Ramos, hey.
Fair.
It's game over.
Fair. Damien, what are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, yeah, both teams, have been below average, this season. Yeah, I mean, this game is very interesting because, this is a repeat of, what happened in 2018. I feel like this game will, to be honest, I think this game will go to penalties. I don't really see, these things with these two teams is that I don't really know what's going to happen with them, even if they do make it to the semis. And whoever they face, whether it be Chelsea or Porto, and whoever come out this tight Real Madrid Liverpool will probably make the final, and whoever they meet in the final, which on the other bracket it was probably going to be one of the PSG or Bayern will probably beat them. So I mean it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, I see this going to penalties. I don't really think one team will pimps up the other. I think it would be quite even. But I do think that if Liverpool if they do go through, is that they'll start to get some of their players back. They'll get Gomez. I think he'll probably come back. I don't think Van Dijk will be fit, even if they do make to the semis. But the more further that Liverpool get, the more stronger they get, with defenders coming back and all that. So yeah, I feel like it would just go to penalties if I'm being honest.
Fair. Josh, what's your thoughts on this matchup? And I'll come to Ahmed. You there, Josh?
I think he already spoke.
Okay. Spoke about. Okay, Ahmed. Then, what's your thoughts on this game?
I agree with you guys. Like, league in the Champions League, league form doesn't matter. League is irrelevant. It's about as I said, the best matchup and who performs at the night. This game, I think, is the hardest one to predict. I think it's very close. The only thing I see it is I can't see Kabak, and Phillips
Kebab.
like Kebab and Phillips. Like, how are they supposed to handle Benzema? That's the only thing I see. And I think Real Madrid, they have a good squad. Even though they're aging, they're still good. I think Modric and Cruz and Casemiro can easily dominate that midfield.
Well, I mean, is it time for Thiago to step up?
But I don't think Liverpool play that well. Like that style of play of dominating midfield, they have never done. They never played in that way. Liverpool's style of midfielders are like workhorses. The guys who just run in the midfield.
Pressing merchants.
Yeah, pressing merchants. And Thiago isn't that type of player. He would suit much more in Pep's team or a team like dominates the ball. So I really don't think Thiago would make a difference in this game either. I think the Real Madrid have the much better back line, especially if Ramos plays and Varane. Mendy is very good defensively and offensively. And if Carvajal is back, I don't know if he's back or not, but that would be massive. So I think if you look at the teams, I think Real Madrid has the better defense and the midfield. Now the front line, the only one I can see score goals in the front line is Benzema. I think Vinicius Junior is a good player. He has a lot of talent, but the guy can't finish. The worst Brazilian finisher I've seen in my whole life. But I'm young, so I might be wrong, but the worst finisher I've seen. And then obviously Fats being injured. So for me, this is such a hard team to predict. But I predict Real Madrid going all the way to the finals. So I would say that they edge this game for me personally. But I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool go through as well. So is it 50-50 or 60-40 for me? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, fair. Like I said, this is probably the toughest one to definitely the toughest one to predict. And I think a lot of it is going to be based on who's available and what happens more so in game, if that makes any sense. Also the tactics as well. It's I don't know. I generally don't know how to call it. And I think the thing about this game is that I think I agree with Ahmed that if Benzema comes clutch, Liverpool aren't going to be able to handle him. But at the same time, if Mane and Salah, I know Mane hasn't been great all season, but if they were to just do a madness as well, then I don't know how, as good as Real Madrid's back four are somewhat, I still think they would struggle with a Mane, Salah, and
I gotta go to work. And you're gonna soon because I gotta prepare for work.
Oh, you gotta head off. Okay, cool. Okay, let's just quickly the last thing with which is City versus Dortmund, just quickly. So just brief thoughts, or just thoughts on how this is going to go, especially with obviously Haaland and more importantly Sancho coming back to Manchester City, having left before. Abdullahi, what are your thoughts?
I see Dortmund going to.
Oh, okay. Is this because of
Why
your
I said that? No. Why I said is because Pep Guardiola overthinks things too much, and this is gonna cost him this time. It does that every season, week in and week out. This is where, because their focus is gonna be Haaland. There's no way you keep that guy quiet. It will pop up and score goals. And I keep saying it. Ruben Diaz and John Stones needs to be tested. They haven't been tested yet up to the level I can say yes. I have a trust in them. Haaland is informed. No matter how much you keep him quiet, he will pop up. If he doesn't score goals, Jadon Sancho will show up. So that is what Man City needs to be wary of. Man City will score goals because Dortmund defense is class A. That's I don't want to debate about that because their defense is class A.
I'm glad. I want to interrupt you. AV Ipraz, who's obviously given this comment about essentially the entire Dortmund squad.
Half of those are bricks.
City. And then Dortmund will not just beat City, but they will beat Munich and then Chelsea. Remember my words. Shout out to AV Ipraz, man. I like your optimism. The problem is your defense. I'm not quite sure about how good Matt Hummels is.
They are playing Emre Can. Emre Can is a midfielder in the central back. Matt, my lord in heaven. I do not understand Borussia Dortmund entirely. This is where the problem is. How far can Erling Haaland take them? How far? That's what the problem is.
I'll ask you this. If Erling Haaland somehow single-handedly wins the Champions League with Dortmund, does he get the Ballon d'Or?
Yes, he does. That we call it the degree of difficulty. Yeah, it does for me. It does. Okay. It should be in the conversation of the Ballon d'Or. It should be, because that is the degree of difficulty, the degree of it. So that's why I said this match should be very, very interesting. And it's even on the 6th. I watch that match rather than watching the Liverpool Madrid match. I will literally watch that match and keep my eye on Erling Haaland. Everybody in the world want to get that, guys. I want to see how he's gonna perform against Manchester City. I want to see how he's going to play against Man City.
Well, I'm going to be rooting for Dortmund because I need them to knock City out again so that my agenda continues. So,
Red Devil. See, people will hate me. My agenda with Pep. I keep saying it. I've been lenient on Pep for the past a year. That I've been humbled about Pep. If Borussia Dortmund knocked out Pep Guardiola in the quarterfinal of the UEFA Champions League, Manchester fans is going to hate me. They will literally hate me. They will. My agenda with Pep stays. If that guy doesn't win that UCL, don't come and tell me it's a conversation of a one stupid goat. I don't have that goat conversation. Now it's getting knocked out every year by Liverpool, by Monaco, by Lyon. Now Borussia Dortmund. We won't take this anymore. We won't take this. If it happens, I don't know what I'm saying. I'll keep my comment until that happens.
Fair enough. Ahmed, man, what are your thoughts on City versus Dortmund? Also, before I go to you, you can bet your house on Dortmund being City. I give you assurance if Dortmund don't win.
The heck?
This must be a troll. It's bro, man.
Bro, he must be trolling.
You must, unless you're buying.
Is this guy a Dortmund fan? You can bet your house. You can bet your house on Dortmund beating City. I'll give a chance if Dortmund don't win. I am.
If you're that confident, man. Ahmed, man, what are your thoughts on Dortmund City?
There's problem in this entire world, man. There's problem. we have big problem in the world. Big one. There's big problem in world football, in which I can't even talk about. I will just keep my mouth shut.
Oh my God.
This game. City should go through, man. They should go through. Even though, yeah, that's a big question. But do you know the thing? The thing is different now because all the other years you think City should go through. Like this is an easy win for City. But now I'm hearing people saying that Dortmund have a big chance. Will that play in mind in the City players this time? Because that's maybe a big advantage from learning of your mistakes. Like on paper, who's the better team? Easily City. City have a great defense. They have a good attack, a good midfield. Dortmund only has attack. That's the only thing they have. They have Haaland, Sancho, and other players that are pretty good, but not on the level that as those two are. And it would be interesting because City hasn't conceded any goals this season almost in the Champions League. I think they're going like
Go, so that's me. Go on.
yeah, I think they have like 800 minutes without conceding a goal. So it's pretty. Their defense will be tested, and we will see how good this defense really is against Erling Haaland. But I expect City to go through, man. If Dortmund go through, man, we need to have a serious talk about Pep Guardiola. But let's
Ahmed,
see.
I am not having a stupid talk about Pep Guardiola. This happens every year. If Dortmund knocked out Pep Guardiola, I swear to God Almighty, you guys will hate me on Pep. You literally hate me. You will hate me.
Abdullah, we will see in a month because I don't know. They should go through, Abdullah. They should go through. Like I don't
They
see a
should
way
go
how
to. We say this every year. They should go to Liverpool. They should go to Monaco. They should go to Lyon. Right? Every year this happens. If Dortmund knocked out Manchester City, managed by Pep Guardiola, we're gonna have a not even conversation. You guys, a lot of people's gonna hate me. Manchester City is gonna hate me.
Yeah, the big issue with Dortmund right now is obviously their defense, you know. But what I would say about City is that they're not technically playing outright number 9, and I don't think Gab would just choose to start. So you know,
Sterling need to show up that game. Or these kind of players that were missing against Lyon, missing big chances, open goals. These players need to show up, and I'm not sure, but City they play with a high line, right? Like usually in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And that's the best way for Dortmund to win a game by Erling Haaland because the guy is fast and is physical. So the best way for him to score goals when he got space. So it will be interesting game, but I expect it to go through.
That's fair.
So Ahmed, anybody that wins between Man City and Dortmund, they face either PSG or Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
That's a tasty match. Whoa! Wow.
So Chelsea are lucky. As I said, it's rigged.
Ooh. Red Devil. That is a long part. My prayer has been answered because I've been avoiding
that Real Madrid versus Liverpool is going to be an easy tie for
No, what I'm saying is Liverpool and Real Madrid can be beaten. Like, not gonna be difficult to overthink things. But Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich.
That would be a tasty.
You're gonna get him slap. Yeah. You get beaten. But Madrid can be beaten because we know if you kill Benzema, you can beat them. If you frustrate Ramos can get a red card. So we know that. But Man City,
it says Gundogan has nothing on Brandt, Meunier, and Reina at the moment. They will get City's midfield easy.
He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that.
It just sounds good, you know. It just sounds nice. You don't believe that.
You know who's opposite? Abby, you're moving mad, my guy. Love it. I mean, Abby, if you're listening, man, are you a Dortmund fan? You know, what team?
Yeah. Before his comment, it says in Germany, everyone know they're on something in the CL. And it says our defender are now back. So I guess he must be a Dortmund fan.
Red Devil. This is the problem we're having being a Chelsea fan. When they are gassed, we are going to the final. Myself, I'm humbled. Why some people are getting crazy and mad and being stupid, I can understand that.
Did you say hashtag trebles minimum at the beginning of the season?
I did not say that. Not me. It's not me.
Did you say
maybe
at the beginning of the season?
Yeah. I'm taking my hair. I'm going all out. I'm sticking out my heart out for Kai Havertz because it will show up. But that treble minimum, I'm not crazy and saying that. Hell no, I'm not done that. That's not me. That's HH and the other guys. That's not me. Because I know the level of the Chelsea team.
So let me quickly go to Josh. Josh, what were your thoughts quickly on the City Dortmund game? Josh, you there? Josh, you there?
It muted me and unmuted. It muted me and unmuted.
Okay, fine.
Go on. Yeah. You know, when I watched Arteta versus Olympiacos in the second leg, like we easily could have lost that game. And he does his Pep thing where he tries to overthink and be too like pseudo football, and it always seems to backfire on when he does that, when he tries to overthink things instead of just playing on the front foot, etc. And so if Pep does his usual and tries to like play De Bruyne as a like right back, and I don't know, Fernandinho as a striker. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to try, but if he keeps it simple, then the City will have no problem winning that game. The only variable really is, there's two variables for me. If Haaland just decides to do a madness because he's the Terminator, or if Pep decides to overthink things and just play a ridiculous team, ridiculous starting line if he doesn't need to. Other than that, this should be pretty straightforward, and Man City win the game, in my opinion.
Fair.
I was kind of sitting on the fence, but yeah.
This year, our Dortmund players are best ever. They want to impress the teams and really want to win a CL because they are still in the Bundesliga.
Josh, I want to ask Josh a question.
Go on.
What would you say if Pep Guardiola get knocked out? This has been the excuse of every year. We exclude them because they are Manchester City. Now they are facing the tough thing in Dortmund. If they get knocked out by Dortmund, what will you say about Pep Guardiola himself as a manager in European trophies? He can win any domestic trophy he wants to win.
I can't respect him simply because anybody could win any domestic trophy if you have 3 first teams. He literally has like Man United, Arsenal. Arsenal probably improved a little bit, but Liverpool and some other clubs, they barely were able to field a first team at some point this season. Man City have 3 first teams. Go on, bro.
I mean, but you have to, beat what's in front of you, and they pretty much like pimp slap everyone.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, my friend. Oh, absolutely, and that's why I'll never discredit him domestically because you still have to beat people, And if it wasn't for Klopp, this dominance would be here forever. But how can I say this? He's going to be judged on his Champions League trophies because of course, like it's not.
Because he was brought in to win the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
We can hear you, Josh.
Exactly.
He was brought into, and you don't give someone. That's why Lampard got sacked. Is that you don't give someone in excess of, almost up to £1 billion to just win domestic. I City fans this all the time. Like, if you just wanted to win domestic trophies, you're content. You didn't have to sack Pellegrini. Just give him some more 5 players, and you would have probably still won almost the same amount of Premier League. That's all you wanted. But you brought Pep in to win the Champions League. So Pep leaves Manchester City without the Champions League. Yes, you can say he was a very successful domestic manager like he was at Barcelona and Bayern Munich, but you can't say that he completed the objective that he was brought in to do, which was to win the Champions League in Manchester City. And City aren't going to have a better coach than him. So it's going to go downhill after Pep leaves in the first place. Let's be real. So their chance, Let's just quickly, I think I've said to move on, but I just want to make a big point because we talked a lot about the Champions League right now, and I get it. But I thought it would be briefly just to touch on a brief Europa League situation before we round off. And that was, is Jose Mourinho actually finished? Is Jose finished?
I want Good Evening versus Arsenal, please. God, please. I want Good Evening versus Arsenal. Good Evening versus Arsenal. Good Evening. That's what I want in the semis. Good Evening.
Good evening. I think that's another narrative that we're going to see where Emery against Arteta. That I think we've got that is going to be very, very interesting.
You guys are sick people. Yes,
because that is the path. Emery versus Arteta, and then Arteta versus Oli rematch in the final. I mean, Unai Emery will have a people through. But before we go on to just a brief touch on that draw, just quick thoughts on the fact that Jose Mourinho got outcoached by a man who's currently serving his time in prison. We just get some quick thoughts on that, please, because I don't understand how a man gets outcoached by a guy behind bars. And I'm just thinking, what was happening during halftime? Was he, those payphones in jail? You have to slot the money in or something. Like, bro. Okay, Like, switch it to 4-3-3 and get us to go forward, man. You know,
No. He's rich. He'll have his own phone. He'll have his own, phone that he hides from the guards and stuff like that.
You know.
Yeah, so he's a rich guy, so he'll be able to sort that out.
Right. Okay. That's so is in like in is it Dinamo's Ukraine, isn't it? Dinamo Zagreb. That's Ukraine, isn't it? I think that's Ukraine.
Zagreb.
Yes, Ukraine.
Zagreb, did you say?
Zagreb. Dinamo Zagreb's Ukraine.
No, Croatian.
Croatian. Yes, Croatian. Sorry, Croatian. Yeah. So,
I mean, I can't imagine those jails are pretty.
So, quick thing. Just quick thing. You know what is sad is that you need 1 billion plus to win a Champions League. I don't think so necessarily. If you look at Liverpool or Bayern, but yeah, Ahmed, is Jose finished?
I don't know. I really don't know what to say after that game, man. How did they lose against Zagreb? I didn't even watch the game. I have to be honest, because it wasn't an interesting game for me, so I didn't even watch it. I just watched the reactions of other fans.
I'll tell you why. I can tell you exactly how, bro. If you want me to.
Yeah, tell me.
Because I was watching in and out, but as soon as Zagreb scored that first goal, I was like, these guys are going to knock these guys out, whether it's extra time penalties, because this is just, it's a mentality thing at Tottenham. It's not just I always feel like it's Spurs. They need to shift that mentality that they're always like these underdogs, you know.
It's the history.
It's like Chiellini. Chiellini said, you know,
it's the history of the Tottenham.
There's that, and also there's that, and also with Mourinho, there's never a plan B. He wants to win and win at all costs. So that if that means he's going to play 10, 20, 30, 50 men, a whole plane, park it, do whatever he needs to do, he's going to do that, and he's not changing his way. He might go gung-ho in the last 10 minutes. You saw in the North London derby, Spurs didn't play football for 80 minutes, literally. Like, how can you think that's okay? They literally didn't play football. They just let Arsenal attack.
Yeah, but
the heck?
Yeah, but I would I want to respond to just like they were 2-0 up in the first leg. They shouldn't be bottling that, and for me, it's weird because in the beginning of the season when apparently Spurs were title contenders, like I haven't seen a Spurs side that mentally strong, and it's weird for me how they're just bottling it out of nowhere this season. And is it Jose's fault? Is it the players? Because I don't think the players are good enough, especially at that back line. But you need to always put blame on the manager when they bottle a lead or when they are playing badly. So I don't know. I don't know, Red Devil. What do you think? Do you think Jose did a bad job at United overall?
I'm going to, obviously,
because is he really finished if the job wasn't as bad in United? And every manager will have a.
The thing is that the thing with Jose is that Jose is not a long-term manager.
Yeah.
This is what Benetton. So, when we talk, so yes, he was successful in the sense that he won 2 trophies with Manchester United, but the foundation which Jose Mourinho sets is not something that's built to last long term. So go on.
So would you say that? But because I think this, I don't think right now Jose suits a team who wants to rebuild like United the first time and like Spurs right now. He doesn't suit. I think if he wants to make something happen, he needs to go to a team who has the mentality and is already made, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's a good. He'd be a good, like, for a team like maybe like PSG, peak PSG. I think he could.
I don't want him. I don't want to see Neymar defending and Mbappe defending.
You don't want him it's because he's still too pragmatic, and that's the thing. And that's why for me with this result, there's no excuses with this result because you're 2-0 up. and I was saying this to Josh when it was bad. I don't know. I'll message him so he is. So, but I was telling him, I was like, all Jose Mourinho needed to do was go out, score 1 goal, and then Zagreb need to score 4 goals. It's game over. That's it. And this, go on.
And the weird thing is, like, pragmatic football. I think it should suit the current situation by no fans, because you can stick to your plan, you can have a conversation with your teammates. There's no pressure from the fans. I don't know how they keep bottling it each time. No, I don't know what to answer if I'm to be
It
honest.
has to be the players, but I also do think, I also do think that I don't think I just don't understand what would have been the harm to say, you know what, let's go out and attack. There was nothing to. They've got a 2-0 advantage, and they're away from home, so there's nothing for me to say, you know what, go out and attack them, because at the end of the day, even if they score, it's no big deal because they're at home. But if we get the first goal, it's the same. It's the same thing when with Diego Simeone, where I was like, bro, don't be so. I know you have to be compact so you go down, but at the very least, at the start of the game, I expect you in the first 15 minutes to try and get at this team to rattle them. Don't allow them to settle into the game. And what Jose Mourinho has shown successfully is that he is not able to adapt his tactics, and he then leaves the team in a much worse position than what they started. Now, what I would say to Jose in his defense is that his last chance is this Carabao Cup, because if he wins the Carabao Cup against Pep somehow, he'll always be able to say, listen, at the end of the day, I won a trophy and Pochettino didn't. So
But
his
is that
last
still good enough?
Sorry?
For me, that's not good enough.
No, it's not. It's not good enough for Spurs, but fundamentally, it's the same thing as a United fan. I didn't think that what Jose at United was good enough in a sense. Yes, in the first season, he won the Europa League and League Cup, and that was great to build on. But after that, yes, we finished second but we were so far off City, we barely competed. And in the third season, we were awful. So,
go
on. No, I'm saying for Spurs, a Carabao Cup isn't going to be good enough. But the thing with Jose and with Jose's ego is that he will always say, well, hang on a minute. Yes, okay, I didn't finish top 4, and I didn't win a Premier League and win a Champions League, etc. But if you compare me to what other people did, i.e., you compare me to what Pochettino did at Spurs, Pochettino was better, but what did he have to show for it? Nothing. I came, I won you a trophy, that's it. I left. That's why I'm awesome. And that's Jose's mentality. But,
it depends on what the expectation is. Why was he signed in the first place? Was it to rebuild or win a trophy? Whichever trophy it is. For me, if it's for rebuilding, this is terrible, because we can see how bad they're performing. And this isn't for the long term, I can tell you that. But because if they continue like this, I don't see how they even will make the top 7 or the top 8 in the Premier League.
Oh yeah,
so it's a question of, did they bring him in just to win a trophy, the Carabao Cup, or that's the only competition they're left in, or was it in to rebuild and for the future bringing Spurs up the table? Because if that's the case,
it must be. It must be the latter, because I can't believe that Daniel Levy, generally, after looking at how Jose's been in previous, thinks I'm bringing. Why would you sack Pochettino if you're thinking about a rebuild? Pochettino is the manager you need to rebuild a club. Jose means the opposite. So you know his history. You know that. So if Daniel Levy's like, I'm so surprised that Jose Mourinho can't rebuild a squad. It's like, where have you been for the last decade plus?
Yeah, but they were like, if he's not winning a trophy and they're playing terribly, are they even sacking him? Because I saw a list on Get French Football today, I think it was. Jose earns like 20 million a year or something like that. And if I know right, I think Spurs are pretty broke now, like all the other clubs.
Yeah.
So are they even? Is he leaving? What's up with that? Is he even able to leave?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got. I don't know what the contract is. Is it 3 years, something like that? So obviously,
It's a long time, a lot of money.
Yeah, so if Daniel Levy's going to sack him, he's going to sack him. But he's going to have to obviously pay all that stuff. I mean, Christopher Morales says, and thank you for watching on Facebook. Shout out to the Facebook viewers, by the way. We are streaming to Facebook. Hi guys, to me the fact with Mo is how he held the results and how he manages the dressing room. His best times are out for me, and you see that when he loses the advantages, and other times he wouldn't. And I think the gist you're trying to say is that, like, you know, if this was Jose Prime does not lose a 2-0 deficit. He doesn't. He doesn't lose a 2-0 deficit. Jose now, arguably for me, this is probably one of the worst. To be honest, I became Jose out for Manchester United when two things. When he produced a poor, tepid performance against Sevilla in the round of 16 in the Champions League when we were there in his penultimate season. And then coming against Liverpool, where he played in midfield of McTominay, Matic, and Fellaini, and put Pogba and Herrera on the bench. So,
for me, I think, if I'm being honest, I think this guy makes excuses for himself, because let's deep it. What was the biggest issue in United? He complained about his players. He wasn't happy enough with his players. Then I saw the All or Nothing series with Tottenham. The first thing he said when he came to the job was that I have much better players in this Tottenham team than I ever had in United.
Indeed,
he said it to Harry Kane, and now he's complaining about the players. And he said, I think yesterday, that he did his job and it was the players' responsibility to get his job over. So you feel like always when they lose, always when it's the problem, he's just making excuses for himself. That's the biggest problem I have with him right now.
No, I completely agree, and that's why, you know, as a United fan, I see a lot of United fans say, "Oh, Jose Mourinho, if only Jose Mourinho's back, if Jose." You know, whatever you said about Ollie, I know obviously guys have few thoughts about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. At the end of the day, he doesn't complain about his players. He actually led a proper rebuild of United with the players, and you can clearly see. I bet he doesn't have a trophy, but you can see a progression with the team. And more importantly, you see a happiness, you see a conductedness, you see positivity around the team. The issue with Jose Mourinho is that, like we see, and after every single job he's now coming, it gets less and less. Where there's an initial buzz and positivity, and he's awesome, and then after a while, it just gets sour. And if he doesn't win the trophy in that initial positivity, then he won't. So in the first season, it was great. It was positive with United. Same thing with Chelsea. Same thing with Madrid. Great, awesome, great positivity. And everyone's great. And then as time goes on, it just gets worse. And it just has been getting shorter with every new club he goes to. And he, like I said, continues to blame the fact that he doesn't have the best players and the best players have the best players. Well, bro, you took up a job with Spurs with a guy who's not going to spend £200 million. You know, so I don't know where he's going to go from here. I wouldn't be surprised if possibly Juventus snoop around, maybe for him. He might go there. Although he did he manage Inter Milan? So I think that wouldn't go down well. You know, does anyone? Sorry.
I think you should go to Italy.
I don't know where though, because Conte's not going to get sacked if he wins the Serie A, and Pirlo is pretty good at AC. So, and Atalanta, I don't see any indications. So if he's going to go anywhere, it might be maybe Roma, because Juve. If he went to Juve, Inter fans are going to kill him if he does that. So, does anyone? So I know we're talking about, but does Damien or Abdullahi or even Core, who's just joined in, because I know you want to speak, Core, and subscribe to Core's channel, by the way, for those who are watching Core Football TV. Core, what are your thoughts on Jose?
Yeah. No, I think I don't know how to say this. I think Jose. I think if Jose doesn't win this Carabao Cup, he's finished. Okay. I just want to give him the Carabao Cup. if he doesn't show me anything that Carabao Cup, he's done, man. I don't see how he can, you know, um, rejuvenate this Tottenham side. Um, and I think one thing that I really like about Jose is we will all remember, and like I said, I will never forget what he did with Porto. And I'll never forget what he did with Chelsea. That one is guaranteed. I'll never forget. But I think that, for example, when you look at a manager like a Nagelsmann, or when you look at a manager like a Jurgen Klopp and these type of guys, they just learn to modify their game. You know what I'm trying to say? And modify the way football is being played right now. And because they've learned to modify the way football is being played right now, it's hard for a coach like Jose Mourinho to really catch up, you know, because the thing about Jose is he's still thinking in terms of 04, 05 with Porto, 05, 06 with Chelsea or so forth, you know. Like he's still thinking about these things. So and the thing too is, you know what I hate so much about this, like Dinamo Zagreb loss and all that is like, bro, I think this squad is really good. This Spurs squad that he has right here is really good. If he does not win a trophy with them, I can't rate him. I just I don't. I think he should just retire and just stop coaching football. To be honest, you know, because I'm hearing stuff like Nagelsmann, Tottenham's interested in Nagelsmann, and I think that'd be a crazy.
Yeah, that would be. I mean,
that'd be a crazy appointment.
Yeah.
Because Nagelsmann in Leipzig, let me be honest, yo, like it's not working. Like Leipzig don't have a world class player like a Mane or a Salah or these type of players. They don't even have a Gareth Bale, you know. But imagine if Nagelsmann went to Tottenham and he had like a Gareth Bale, a Dele Alli, and he had like bro, he had flipping like, oh my goodness, yo. Bro, he had Heung-min Son, he had Harry Kane in his squad. Like, bro, he can work wonders with that team, yo. Like they can even win the Premier League with that team, you know. So like,
I don't agree.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Shouldn't we have a conversation about players like Kane? If for me, it feels like he's breaking it every time. Is a big competition, a big stage. Like yesterday, I might be wrong, but didn't he miss like a clear chance?
Goal. Yeah.
So for me, like it's also up to those type of players. Apparently, the best striker in the world. He should be more clutch.
No, but
I would say, sorry to interrupt you, Corp, I would say there could be an argument, and I've always said that I believe that Heung-min Son is actually the most important player.
Can I talk about sport a little bit before I start going to work?
Background. So I thought you'd gone. So yeah, go on, Abdullah. You speak, yeah.
I think I watched the highlight of the match they lost again. What's called? It is Dynamo Zagreb, but I watched the match. I a little bit put small blame on Use because Harry Kane missed a sitter. You cannot put that on Use. No. Harry Kane literally missed a free post. Are you gonna tell me Use is gonna go to the pitch and play football? No. I could start with for his system and everything, but I'm not gonna blame Use for Harry Kane missing a sitter. I don't blame him for that. I do not. And if Kane and Son Heung-min love their life, they need to get the heck out of Tottenham Hotspur before it's too late. They need to get out. Let's go.
Well, people need to be able to afford them because Daniel Levy, I think Kane's contract goes up till 2024. So,
I think Harry Kane said he will force the move himself. He said he will force the move. And I think the report I'm hearing is he will force.
I think this is really wrong, though. I really think this is wrong because he has a really good squad around him. He has a really good squad around him, and if you're telling me that this squad can't like do something or win a trophy, then you're mistaken, bro. Like,
But
every team would want Gareth Bale.
Are you gonna tell me Eric Dyer is a world-class centre back? No. Davinson Sanchez is a world-class centre back?
No. I'm not saying.
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
don't
like
think
you
you
need a
understand.
world-class centre back to beat Dynamo Zagreb. Come on, let's
That's true.
Exactly. You have to. Exactly. That's what my problem is.
True.
If Harry Kane and Son Heung-min love their life and they want to further their career, get out. Son, I'm begging you. Chelsea Football Club need a goal scorer. Come to Chelsea, please. Harry Kane, we need a goal scorer. Please, just force that move and just tell Marina, I would love to play for Chelsea. Any amount, I'll fund the rest of them.
Dyer is a natural DM. You see, this is the problem. Dyer is a natural DM, and because Dyer is a natural DM, what it does is he keeps on playing him as a makeshift center back. And that's not his position. You see, so because that's not his position, and you keep consistently playing him in that position, I mean, what do you really expect? You know what I'm trying to say? He doesn't have
the coach, but that's the coach. That's the coach who does that. So before I can call, just reading Christian Miles, regardless, I found you in a random such podcast. I think Spurs was his last opportunity to be on the top team. Just regarding Mourinho, so I know I was going to read that comment. So yeah, I mean, if Jose Mourinho gets sacked from Spurs, I can't see what other big team is really going to offer him a job. Certainly in the Premier League, I think.
Red Devil, I'm from Africa. There's a chance for Nigerian Premier League. Nasarawa United.
He's finished, bro. He's finished.
I am from Nigeria. If there's a chance in Gombe United or Taraba,
he's finished.
He could take the Wolves job. Maybe he's Portuguese. There's a Portuguese team.
He doesn't get credit. No. Calm down, Fly. Calm down.
Right, let's quickly just find a bit of the segment.
No.
Ooh, what's up? Yeah, sorry. Find a bit of the segment. Sorry. Just briefly. Obviously, I know this is Champions League. Obviously, United and Europa League draw, and I just want to quickly, just as the final thing, the second tier competition, the banter competition. Just a quick thing on who do you actually think are would you say right now basically our favourites to actually win the Europa League? Obviously, bearing in mind, as Josh said, that Unai Emery will be playing against. If Villarreal win their tie, they might end up playing against Arsenal's Unai Emery.
Arsenal, they're playing against Arsenal. If they win their tie, they're playing against Arsenal. Yeah.
So who do you
think?
And
I would love that. I would love Good Evening to go back to Emirates. Good Evening, come back to Emirates.
I would love it. I'd love if Emery beats. The only thing I would be worried about is that I feel that because Emery's won 3 Europa Leagues with
3 in a row.
Sevilla. If he does beat Arsenal, I think I would say then put Villarreal as favourites to actually win the competition.
Yeah, for me, when the competition starts, I already choose them as the favourite to win it. I didn't choose United. I didn't choose Arsenal. I chose Villarreal, and I think Rangers and AC Milan. But Villarreal was my top target because I know the manager that is there has an experience of winning trophies. And imagine beating their opposition and going to the semi-final and facing Arsenal and knock Arsenal out of the Europa League. It could be United versus Villarreal in the final. So that I am not writing Villarreal out and I am not writing United off. But it's gonna be a delay. Oh, this UEFA Europa League is getting interesting. I love this Europa League. I love this. I love it. It's getting interesting. I love it.
Of course you do. Ahmed, what are your thoughts on who's gonna win?
I think United will go through. You're playing Granada, right?
Yeah, Granada. Yeah.
I mean, don't underestimate Granada. They're a good team. Oh, don't do that.
I was surprised that they won against Napoli, but
yeah, they beat Napoli, and that team. Demir could tell you how good of a team Granada is. I'm not writing anybody up. As long as it's an European matches.
Where are they in the league of Granada? Actually, let me have a look.
They are like 6th or 7th.
No, I think they're like 11th because the Europa League kind of like hindered their league form. So
they're 11th.
They're actually 8th behind Villarreal.
Yeah.
Wow. So they're 8th.
So Villarreal 7th, Granada 8th. Wow.
That's not bad. But we could see a scenario of Granada versus Villarreal in the final. Wow. If that happens,
Spain final.
If that happens, Granada Villarreal in the final. If that happens,
I mean, I mean, shouts out to them. I mean, they're flying the flag for Spain in the European football. I think Dortmund are the last Spanish team left in the Champions League, and those two are the last Spanish team left in the Europa League. So fair play to them. Damien, do you have any favourites for the Europa League?
I think people are sleeping on Ajax and Roma, even though they are facing each other.
That's true. That's true.
You know, whoever wins will face either Granada or Man U. So maybe Ajax or Roma can maybe make a final. You know, they've been doing quite well. Probably my top three is probably Man U first. Villarreal second, and then I think I'm gonna put Ajax third.
Okay.
I feel like Ajax can do something.
Okay, and BD, who are your thoughts on Europa League favourites?
It's core.
Whatever. I gotta bounce. I gotta go to bounce.
Okay, take care, Abdullah, man.
Peace, everybody. Ahmed,
Damien,
Cole.
See you, bro.
Peace,
Have a
peace,
good
everybody.
Peace, bro.
Like David. Support Red Devil Studio, guys. Support him. Support the guys and doing something. Support guys. And support Cole also, guys. My people, not gonna support this man. He fly from AC Milan to Borussia Dortmund now to Dortmund to Bayern.
Relax.
I don't want to talk.
Now he's
relax.
Now he's four.
Support him, guys. Support. Give him a massive support, guys. Guys, peace out, guys. Peace, everybody. Peace.
Okay, cool. What's your quick? Just so we round off. What's your quick predictions, man?
I didn't even give my Champions League what's my call it?
I want to hear your
draw.
PSG versus Bayern Munich.
Yeah, well, okay. I can't go through all of them, but yeah, just give a quick because that was the big one. Like, who do you think is going to win PSG versus Bayern? Now that you obviously are a Bayern fan core.
Yeah, yo, this is good. This is really good. I think now it's 50-50. I mean, it's 50-50, and I think I was gonna do a separate live stream with Ahmed and Tosin, but anyone can win. Anyone can win, and I think right now how I see it is over two legs. It depends on who's fit and who's not fit. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because we're also forgetting like there's an international break that's coming up, and then after international break there's a row of league games, and then after the league
international break there are a lot of people that do get injured from international duty as well. Actually, in fact, didn't Neymar last season? Didn't he get in? I was 1-2 seasons ago. He went on international duty and got injured again. So
yeah, it was
our whole team got injured when we were supposed to play United. Marquinhos, I remember, got injured.
So I would do international duty is always a poison chalice, I think, personally.
So thinking about that too, I mean that plays a role into this game. I also think that like the wingers of Bayern will play a very, very huge role. Because I'm just looking at like PSG's fullbacks and I'm just thinking like, my goodness, like if you can how do you say this? Like if you can like really go at I won't bro, I mean I'm not gonna call you guys bricks. You guys are the favorites for the Champions League to me, but if you if you can go and take on these guys at their own game in the wing play, you got a real good chance. You know what I'm trying to say? I think what we need to do is attack from the flanks. If we attack from the flanks, go at them, give them a really good goal, you know, we have a really good chance of beating PSG, to be honest, because I get that Kimpembe is he's good, like he's solid. Marquinhos is solid too, but you know, we can do something. We can do some. I just think that a lot of it will depend on the wing play and injuries. You know what I'm trying to say? So what happens in the wing play will be, I think, will be very, very important. And then also the midfield. The midfield battle will be very interesting because how do you say this? Like, you know, it's going to be very interesting. Like, okay, like if PSG's midfield outpowers our midfield, or if we outpower PSG's midfield. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Fine.
that's gonna be a problem. So yeah. And then I also said I had a video about Bayern on the double pivot. And I think this is where the weaknesses come. Mbappe can draw back and play link-up plays with the midfielders in PSG and literally advance up the pitch and literally pass the back four of Bayern Munich. And that's going to be a huge problem because I think what we're going to have to do there is really cut passing lanes and make sure that they don't like create these kind of link-up plays in the midfield to advance forward or up the pitch. So
Okay.
it will be interesting. It will be interesting. It will
Yeah,
be
Cor,
very interesting.
I'm actually watching the final right now just because I'm curious. Man, we were dominating that first 30 minutes, man. We were so much better than Bayern
That's
Munich.
what
So
I'm saying.
by
That's
watching this,
that's
I
what
have
I'm
a little bit of
saying.
hope. I have hope. I have hope. I have hope.
You have hope.
I actually think
Was Sane playing for them though? Then Ahmed, I don't think Sane was there, was he?
no,
That's true.
no,
That's
no,
true.
no. But I don't think that will. Okay, like that might make a difference. But even in this because it's like for me, this is what I said. Because this game is a two-legged tie, I'm trying to say against PSG. I'm thinking to myself, I actually think PSG are the favorites. Because if you look at it, right, they got that second leg in Paris, They playing at Allianz Arena in the first leg. Like they can play two flex football. Two flex football mean they can play defensively and also attacking wise. So that's the problem. That's the problem, yo. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It will be a very good game. Let's see.
And then just quickly, BD, just round off. Like, who's your rather than analyzing different games, just who's your favorite to win the Europa League?
I'm really impressed with Ajax, to be honest. I think Ajax got a huge chance to shock a few a lot, and I think probably this might be their season. It has to be their season, to be honest, because I remember like the 2019 Champions League, like I literally thought, like I watched it, like, I was like, bro, like they should beat Spurs, and they just got bamboozled by Spurs. And the one thing I like about Ajax is like I feel like Ten Hag. I feel like Ten Hag has learned from his mistakes, and I think even if let's say they meet like a Manchester United in the finals or so forth, I actually think they can beat Manchester United. I don't. It's no disrespect to you guys. No disrespect to you guys.
The thing about United, it always depends on which United turns up.
I'm sorry.
It depends which United turns up and like who's fit, So, but what I would say though is that as Pogba showed against Milan, if Pogba plays in the game, if the strongest United 11 plays in the final, United will beat any team. If the strongest United 11 win,
your problem.
So say that, Ahmed.
You guys can't win a semi-final.
So
you're cursed. You're cursed.
But most of the semi-finals were over one leg. There was only one game.
That's true.
Over two legs, you don't know, So because I think to be fair, I think if we played Sevilla over two legs last season with our team, I think we probably would have gone through. Likewise with Chelsea potentially, but yeah, I take the point.
No, I think the problem with United is it's not so much of they're playing good and so forth. Is okay, like for example, right? Okay, I'll give you this. The problem with United is they just have a player in Marcus Rashford who every now and then you'll have this really good performance. He'll play so good in this one Premier League game, and then like he will totally turn off on the biggest game.
Yeah,
in like
but I mean,
his
I would lay off Rashford now because he's clearly playing with an injury, and somewhat annoying to me because the big issue I have with Ollie's coach right now is that, and I don't know if people notice it, is that like he doesn't use subs. He overplays players. So if you look at like whatever people say about Bruno, oh, Bruno's overhyped, Bruno's this. The reality is that Bruno's pretty much played every single game since he came to the club. Like he's barely like rested. Like I can count the number of games on my hand that Bruno Fernandes has actually not played. So he overplays players over and over and over again. And with someone like Marcus Rashford, who the end of last season had a stress fracture in his back and now has an ankle injury and a stress fracture, who had to come off against Milan the other game. What I would agree with you, Guy, and you and Ahmed, that United aren't, is because I wouldn't be surprised if by the time we get to that, the likes of Bruno, the likes of Rashford, the likes of Shaw, likes of Wan-Bissaka are all burnt out and tired, because no one they've all played every single game and they'll pick up injuries and stuff. So
I have a question for you, bro. I have a question for you. So like as a United fan, like because I'm just curious, like I just want to ask a United fan, this is like, so like, do you see that you're going somewhere with Solskjaer? You understand? Like, for example, like Bayern fans, right? Bayern fans know that they're going somewhere with Flick. Flick's man management, for me, I would say is way better than Solskjaer. I'm being dead serious, yo.
No, I don't disagree with that, because the other guy that was there before, what's his name, Kovac or something like that, was a brick. So, but I think obviously the Bundesliga,
even that Kovac guy, people really underrate him, because let me tell you something. In Monaco, look at what he's doing. Like people, that's what I'm saying. Like,
what do you mean? Are they competing for the League On with PSG? What he's doing in Monaco?
They're doing well. They're in fourth place.
They're in fourth place, but they're gonna get to Champions League. But what I'm saying is, you look at stuff like this, right? For example, like, and that's why actually the question is, are you okay with Solskjaer taking you all this way and not doing anything? Because I think like a manager like Kovac, right?
What do you mean by not doing anything? What do you mean? What's he not doing?
Okay, for example, FA Cup semifinals. Okay, I'm gonna take you there, but then you get knocked out. Europa League semifinals.
We're still in the Europa League and FA Cup now.
Yes, you're still in it, and it's good to still be in it.
Yeah.
But my point that I'm trying to emphasize is that you're becoming like a Tottenham. You see, like a Tottenham when Mauricio Pochettino was there. That's what United is becoming now.
No, but my point is, you can say that at the end of the season, but if he finishes the season second with a Europa League and an FA Cup, no one's going to say that. So I agree with you. If he doesn't win them, but if he does win them,
but he's not a. But Red Devil, he's not a proven manager. He's not a proven, like I rate Kovac over this guy, yo. Like I'm not saying he's still.
What's your current manager? Your current manager wasn't a proven manager.
Flick is a proven manager. Yes, but what I'm saying is, you guys need to really think about winning some, not just going there and making a party about it, but winning something. You understand what I'm trying? Because look, I have
I don't know what you're trying to say, Core. That's what I don't understand. All I'm saying is that I don't disagree with you or Ahmed. My point is that like the season isn't finished yet. So if he wins a Europa League and FA Cup and finishes second, whatever you say about him, and I'm not saying Ollie's the best coach, but what I am saying is that like if he does that, that'll still be far superior to what the majority of teams in the Premier League, i.e. Spurs, potentially Liverpool and Chelsea, and even Arsenal, will have achieved, arguably with better coaches. And he's not going to get sacked because of that. And so if he's backed in the summer, if he's given money and he's built and people and they build on that, then you don't know what's going to happen with Solskjaer. So, but of course, if he
Did you
gets
see?
to the
Did you
final,
did you see the way he got battered by Nagelsmann in the Champions League? I think that's a good example.
we would have qualified for the champ. To be honest, I don't blame that as a result of because you say you got battered, but then we put 5 past them at Old Trafford. The reason why we
You
didn't
see,
go
and that's
through,
the problem with
yeah,
United fans.
the reason
I
why we
think
didn't
that's
go
the
through
problem
was
with you
not
guys.
the
I
reason why
really
we didn't
do.
go through was not because of that. The reason is because of Istanbul. Istanbul's the reason why we didn't go through. If we'd been in Istanbul, it would have been irrelevant what that result was. But I don't want to go on about Manchester United per se, because this is about who's going to win it. And you said of Ajax. I think Ahmed. I think Damon. Did you give your predictions to win it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I said my top 3. It was Man U,
Yeah,
Villarreal, Ajax.
Ajax. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like with the Champions League, so we will see what happens. I think that's the thing. It's a question of see what happens. I think we've got a lot of good matchup, a lot of big games, and I think the last question before I finish, and we'll definitely finish here. And I'll ask Ahmed this: who actually is the favourite to win the Champions League?
The CL.
The CL, yeah.
Ooh. Because of the draws, I can't say that the top 3 are. I need to pick someone from each side. So I don't know. For me, even though I think we have a chance against Bayern.
Would it be easier to pick the final? So just say like who do you think is going to make the Champions League final from both sides, and then who wins the final?
I think it will be Bayern München.
Okay.
I hope it is PSG, but I think it will be Bayern München and Real Madrid. That's my prediction.
Okay, and then the final.
And as you said, yeah, I was about to say it. The thing is, a final is a final, Red Devil. And if there's someone who's the masters of finals, even though they are shit, is Real Madrid.
Yeah,
even though do you remember when they won against Liverpool?
Yeah.
They finished the season like 20 points behind the Barcelona, I think.
Barcelona, yeah.
So they have a good chance.
Points.
If Zidane wins the 4th Champions League,
I'm leaving.
He's
all my slander on him.
Bro. If Real Madrid wins another, if they win another CL, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go hiding. I'm just gonna.
You'll be more depressed than you are right now.
Jeez, that would just be.
So that's my prediction.
Barcelona fans can't stand it, bro. They can't stand Zidane winning, yo.
So I predict Real Madrid and Bayern München, and then Real Madrid, if they can come to the final, they will win it.
They'll win it. Fair enough. Cool. What's your who's going to win? So on both sides of the draw, who reaches the final, and then who wins it?
Yeah, bro. Man, this is really, really tough. But you know something? Because I was just like whilst I was at work, I was just doing some scenarios and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't see I don't see how Real Madrid don't win this Champions League, yo. Okay. I really don't see how Real Madrid don't win this.
So who's in the final with Real Madrid then?
PSG.
Okay. So you think it's going to be a PSG Real Madrid final? Yeah. Okay.
PSG, and I think Real Madrid will win it convincingly.
Okay. It's interesting. I don't see a lot of people on Twitter or anyone discussing the fact that Real Madrid are favourites to win this Champions League. So it's
that's because the thing about Real Madrid is, and like Nish and Monta, they all tell you this is like in the Champions League they like being like dark horses. You know what I'm trying to say? So like when people don't even tip them to be the favorites, once they get to the semifinals, it's game over. It's game over. They're not gonna play. They're just gonna run through you and just get to the finals and beat you. So that's just the Real Madrid mentality.
Yeah, because people are deluded. They don't think like logically. Because if you think about it, is there a good chance Red Devil that Real Madrid will go through to the final because of their draws? It's a good chance. Like they can win against Liverpool and they can win against Porto and Chelsea. And then is another debate. Real Madrid in a final. A final is a final. It's not the better team. It's who performs at the day, who can be mentally stronger and be more experienced. And for me, Real Madrid are the best in finals. So that's the only reason I see them as potential winners if they reach the final. But they're not close to being the best team in Europe right now. But if they just reach the final, I think they have a very good chance of winning the Champions League.
Bro,
Damien.
I'm telling you, I really trust in this Zidane guy because I'm telling you, in these next two Champions League games, he's not a fraud. You guys think he's a fraud, but
well,
this guy.
I'm sure if Klopp wins the Champions League again, I think a lot of people will say. Actually, I think if Klopp wins the Champions, some people might say he surpassed Pep Guardiola, but we'll not go there. Damien,
Liverpool's not going. Come on, Liverpool's not going.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I'll be a bit scared if they do, because to be honest, because this is the type of cup. Because the thing is, we're not going to focus on the league anymore. So, but Damien, yeah, man, who's your favourites final and favourites to win the CL?
It's gonna be really tough. Because can't really predict stuff like this. And this is the thing with Real Madrid. You always had to knock them out early, because if you let them get to if you let them sniff like that CO,
yeah,
it's over. It's over.
It's over. That's what I was saying, yo.
To be, you want to know something? I have a funny feeling that it will be that the final. I might get slated for this. I feel like it would be PSG and Chelsea. I have a funny feeling. I have a funny feeling.
Really?
No, I'm serious. I really have a funny feeling it'll be Chelsea and PSG in the final.
I did say. I thought it would be funny if, in both the Europa League and in the Champions League, you had London versus Manchester. Because it's very possible that Manchester United play Arsenal in the Europa League final, and Manchester City play Chelsea in the Champions League final. So you could literally have Manchester, the city of Manchester versus London for Europe.
No, it won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen because City will have to meet PSG, and PSG is just way too good. I'm sorry. PSG is just way too good for them. I don't think they can handle PSG.
I never seen a guy this confidence in PSG, man. Even I am as a PSG fan.
I think this is as cool as Dortmund fan. Cool. You're saying Bayern are going to lose to PSG. So I think
it's going to be PSG.
No, it's PSG, man.
It's going to be Paris core next. Paris
core.
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm being honest now, right? Let's be honest. Chelsea, right? The reason why I'm saying Damien Chelsea won't make it is because they're meeting a Real Madrid side who I don't care what you say. When it comes to semifinals, boom. When they reach semifinals, it's game over. It's game over. They're not gonna lose to Chelsea. They're just not gonna lose to Chelsea.
Dortmund beat them. Remember Lewandowski?
But that's Bundesliga. That's Dortmund. That's Dortmund. That was peak Dortmund. All right, that was peak Dortmund. This Real Madrid team, right? They might not be.
Sorry to interrupt your call, but we do have to round off. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys, Ahmed, Damien, BD, and obviously Josh, and everyone who was on beforehand, and everyone who was watching the comments and who watch not live as well. Remember, if you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Check out Core's channel as well. Have a nice evening, guys. Thank you very much for listening on our 50th episode of the Red Devil podcast. We will certainly have a lot more in the future. Take care, everyone. Have a nice time, and cheers.
Peace.